Good day everyone. I am Shiana Kim A. Rivera and together with my co-researchers Labaydan, Aries Espino, and Krystelle Bernardo, we're going to discuss our research entitled Anxiety Level in Speaking English and its impact to the academic performance of Humss students. In these present times that English proficiency is very crucial for students, anxiety serves as a barrier for them to learn and speak English fluently. People indicated anxiety in the range of circumstances, including stage performances and public speaking. We come up to this research because it will be beneficial to students to address their anxiety level when it comes to speaking in English. We choose Humss students because Humss students are expected to be good in terms of public speaking.
Good day everyone, I'm going to discuss the statement of the problem and the significance of the study. The statement of the problem, this research aims to determine the anxiety level in speaking English of Humss students and its impact on their academic performance. Especially, the research seeks to answer the following questions. What is the anxiety level of humanities and social science students? And what is the academic performance of Humss students in the subjects that involve speaking English? In the significance of the study, this study is conducted for the purpose of education the community about the impact of anxiety in speaking English to the academic performance of Humss students by correlating the two variables, which are the anxiety level in speaking English and academic performance of Humss students. This research study, entitled Anxiety Level in Speaking English, Its Impact on the Academic Performance of Humss Students, will be beneficial to the following: students, teachers, future researchers, scope, and delimation. Students are the main beneficiaries of this study as it tackles an issue that is commonly faced by many students. With the help of this study, the students will be able to address their struggle in speaking English. Researchers aim to address the anxiety level of Humss students during English class and how they perform in class. Teachers will be able to understand why some students are stuttering during English class. With the help of this study, teachers can come up with an idea on how to address the issue and how they can help the students to overcome anxiety. Future researchers, this research study will serve as a reference for future researchers as it will provide necessary and useful information regarding the anxiety level of students. This paper will serve as related studies and will help them to conduct further research regarding this matter. Scope and delimation. Since many students struggle to speak English as a result of their anxiety, the researchers undertook a study to address this issue. The scope of this study is limited to Humss students at Jose Santos High School. Its primary goal is to determine the influence of their level of anxiety when speaking English on their academic performance. This research also looks at components that contribute to students' anxiety level and how their teachers respond to them.
To answer our statement of the problem, let's proceed to the data presentation. For the research question number 1, what is the anxiety level of the Humss students? For table number 1 shows how nervous students are when they are called to recite in their oral communication class. 7 out of 40 students are said they are always nervous when they have to answer a question, which is equal to 17.5%, while 6 out of 40 students said they never get scared when they have to answer in their oral communication lesson, which is equal to 13%. This clearly indicates that learners are apprehensive about participating in their English-related lesson, and once they become nervous, they are unable to respond to the question. For table number 2, as seen in table number 2, when speaking English, 12 out of 40 students are terrified of being laughed at by their classmates, which is equivalent to 30%, while 12.5% of the students, or 5 out of 40, claim that they are not concerned if their classmates laugh at them. This explains why some students are hesitant to talk in English because they are terrified of being laughed at by their classmates. For table number 3, shows that even if students are well prepared, they somehow feel anxious when they have to speak in English. 13 out of 40 students said that they always feel anxious to speak in English, even if they are well prepared, which is equivalent to 32.5%. As seen in the table, the majority of the students are getting anxious if they need to speak in English regardless of how prepared they are. Table 4. Table 4 states that 25% of the students, or 10 out of 40 students, said that they always feel that their heart is pounding if they need to speak in English. As seen in the table, the majority of the students feel that their heart is pounding if they speak in English. It is alarming because it can cause mental block as they speak, or it can affect their participation inside the class. Table 5. As seen in Table 5, 14 out of 40 students are always anxious about their grammar, which is equivalent to 35%, while only 4 out of 40 students stated that they will never feel anxious regarding their grammar, which equals to 10%. It clearly shows that most of the students are anxious about their grammar, and it is the reason why some students cannot utter their words. They are hesitant to speak because of the fear of committing grammatical errors. For Table 6, in Table 6, 13 out of 40 students said that they are always panicking if they have to speak in English, which is equivalent to 32.5%. At some point, 13 out of 40 students who said that they sometimes panic when they have to speak in English without enough preparation, which also equals 32.5%. And there are 11 students who often feel panic which equals to 27.5%. And only 3 out of 40 students stated that they never panic if they speak in English unprepared, which equals 7.5%. It clearly shows that the majority of the students panic when they need to speak in English unexpectedly. For table number 7, 35% of the students said that they are always stuttering whenever they speak in English. The majority of the students stutter when they speak English. It is probably because of their anxiety that they might commit mistakes.
Good day everyone, I'm going to discuss the remaining data presentation, which is table number 8. I am confident in speaking in English. In table number 8, 3 out of 40 students state that they never feel confident in speaking in English, which is equals to 7.5%, and 25 out of 40 students state that They sometimes feel confident, which is equals to 62.5%, and only 5 out of 40 students say that they always feel confident in speaking English, which is equivalent to 12.5%. It shows that students are not always confident in speaking English. Perhaps they feel confident if they are well prepared. Table number 9. I enjoy speaking using English language. As seen in table number 9, 9 out of 40 students are always enjoy speaking English, which is equals to 22.5%, while 12 out of 40 students state that they often find it enjoyable, which is equals to 30%, and 19 out of 40 students say that they sometimes find it enjoyable, which is equals to 47.5%. And there is no student who said that they never find it enjoyable. It only shows that students are enjoying the usage of the English language. However, their fear hinders them from using it often. Table 10. I am getting mentally blocked every time I speak in English. In table number 10 indicates that 13 out of 40 students are getting mentally blocked while speaking English, which also equals to 32.5%, and only 5 out of 40 students state that they never mentally block when they speak in English, which is equals to 12.5%. It only implies that students are getting mentally blocked in English, especially if it is an oral recitation. Table number 11. I usually think that my classmates speak better English than me. In table number 11, 11 out of 40 students are thinking that their classmates can speak way better in English than them, which is equals to 27.5%, while only 3 out of 40 students state that they never think of it that way, which is also equivalent to 7.5%. It only indicates that the majority of the students tend to compare their English skills with their classmates. It usually occurs when someone is way more fluent than them. Table 12. I can use English language in front of many people. In table 12, 5 out of 40 students say that they can use English in front of the crowd, which is equivalent to 12.5%. There are also 5 students who say that they often use it in front of many people, which is also equals to 12.5%. And 22 out of 40 students say that they use it sometimes in the crowd, which is equivalent to 55%. And 8 out of 40 students, or 20%, state that they never use it in front of many people. It only indicates that they cannot use it all the time, especially in many people. Table 13. I am very relaxed when I am speaking English. As seen in table 13, only 3 out of 40 students, or 7.5%, say that they are always relaxed when speaking in English, while 7 out of 40 students, or 17.5%, state that they never feel relaxed when they speak English, and 47.5%, or 19 out of 40 students, state that they feel relaxed sometimes. It shows that the majority of the students are unease when they are speaking in English. Table 14. I feel nervous when I cannot express my opinion in English. As seen in table 14, 35% or 14 out of 40 students always feel nervous when they cannot express their opinion in English, while only 2 out of 40 students or 5% of students state that they never feel that way. It only implies that the majority of the students are feeling nervous when they cannot express their opinion due to a lack of vocabulary or the anxiety that they are feeling. Thank you.
For research question number 2, what is the academic performance of HUM students in the subjects that involve English? Based on the data gathering, as shown in the figure above, 5% of the students have a general average of 80 in the subject oral communication. Among 40 respondents, their answers range to 80 to 98, and only 2% of the students have 98 average in their oral communication subject. It shows that students are experiencing anxiety when they speak in English. However, they still manage to maintain a passing grade in their English-related subject. Research question number 3. Is there a significant relationship between the anxiety level and academic performance of the HUM students? This table shows the computed data needed to get the Pearson R correlation coefficient. The data under X value was accumulated by computing the total number of positive choices, always and often, answered by each of the respondents. The data under the Y value was accumulated by getting their GWA on oral communication subject of each respondents. And this is the formula that we conduct. And the value of our R is equal to 0.436. And the value of our table R is equals to 3,120. And our conclusion for this is that there is no significant relationship between anxiety level in speaking English and academic performance of HUM students.
Conclusions and recommendation. This chapter focuses on conclusions and recommendations of the study. Descriptive statistical analysis was used to identify frequencies and percentage for it satisfies the findings based on the responses of the respondents. Conclusions. According to the participants, responses to the difficulties they experience when speaking English. The majority of the students often experience anxiety in speaking English. The majority of the students experience nervousness when speaking English. The majority of HUM students stammer when they talk. They are frightened to speak in front of the class, and they lack of confidence in speaking English, which causes them to perform poorly. Most students panic when they are expected to speak in English. Suddenly, they are unable to communicate when they are unprepared. Based on the responses of the 40 respondents, it is possible to conclude that when students experience anxiety, they have a difficult time engaging in their academic performance. As a result, they are unable to fully engage in the English-related topic. However, they still manage to maintain a passing grade despite the level of their anxiety. The researchers do a person's recorrelation coefficient to test the relationship between their anxiety level and their academic performance. They are experiencing anxiety when it comes to speaking in English, but it doesn't affect their grades on English-related subjects. Recommendation. Based on the study, findings, and the result of the study, these are the following recommendations. 1. Qualitative type of research design is to attain greater knowledge and understanding of the social world and discuss issues truly. 2. Since our sample of the study was limited because of the pandemic right now, future researchers can conduct surveys by Google Forms to address their level of anxiety. 3. For the next researchers who will be studying and conducting the level of anxiety in speaking English and the effects of the academic performance of HUM students, researchers recommended creating and conducting surveys via Google Forms in senior high school HUM students to evaluate better and attention and participating in the study. Last but not the least, 4. For the statement of the problem, include the issues that you wanted to address to give a good foundation and investigate and help better to strengthen the data of the study.